Happy Friday! I'm Tristan Winder in the News 2 streaming studio at the Morning Pulse here on this July 11th, 2025. We begin today as a report was released this month from the USDA estimating that 95.2 million acres of corn have been planted in the U.S. just this year. That's according to the USDA National Agricultural Statistics Service acreage report. The number of corn planted in the U.S. this year is up 5% from last year. According to the report, 10.3 million acres of corn have been planted in Nebraska alone. 83.4 million acres of soybeans have been planted across the nation. That's down 4% from 2024. Here in Nebraska, that amounts to about 5 million acres of soybeans here in the Good Life. This again is according to a report issued this month from the USDA. In other news today, in the agricultural world as well, as corn continues to grow and we get closer to harvest season, farmers and law enforcement are reminding drivers to take care around country road intersections. When you come to an unprotected intersection, the corn can block the view of the road that crosses yours. If you do not come to a complete stop and slow down completely before advancing to see if the way is clear, you could get hit by another car you didn't even know was coming your way. Devin Hickinson is a farmer in rural Hall County and says that you can also see a need to be careful as farmers move the larger machines like tractors and combines from their storage containers and from the homestead out into the fields.
If you want to pass someone on the gravel roads, most of the time, obviously the people that are going slower, like a tractor, you can really go with 30 miles per hour on a tractor. And so just come up to the person behind them. But you don't have to get super close, but just come up behind them, let them see you in the mirror, and you'll notice when they pull over to the right side. You know what I'm saying? They'll probably keep going, but just let them see you in their mirrors and then let them get over to the side a little bit, and that's when you can pass.
Officials also remind drivers to be vigilant around train tracks. Having the right-of-way doesn't necessarily mean that drivers should not instead yield to whatever may be coming at unmarked crossings. And of course, being vigilant on those train tracks is critical this time of the year as well. Nebraska students have another option to avoid out-of-state tuition prices. The University of Northern Iowa will give in-state tuition rates for all students who live in a state bordering Iowa. The school says that this will save students from Nebraska going to UNI about $12,000 annually. The new rates need the approval of the Iowa Board of Regents, but promising news here for Nebraska students interested in attending school in Iowa, and also for students interested in attending the school as well in states that surround Iowa as well. Danny Busbum Kelly will be coaching the Huskers next month, including their match against some of Nebraska's alumni. And the alumni roster has been revealed for this new event. Olympic gold medalist Jordan Larson headlines the roster. In addition, there's also some fan favorites as well, including Layla Blackwell on the roster. You can find the full roster on our website, but it does also include current assistant coach Kelly Hunter, so that's a little bit of an interesting addition there. The red-white scrimmage is set to happen on August 16th at 6 Central, and DBK says that she's excited to see former players compete and this competition that it'll bring in as well as former Huskers play against the current roster. But even having a former coach in that competition as well, awfully unique. In Des Moines, a bomb squad interrupted some rounds of golf. Police were able to safely detonate what was believed to be an improvised explosive device at Waveland Golf Course in Iowa. The call came in just before noon on Thursday when a golfer reported something that looked like a pipe bomb. Staff quickly evacuated the area. Officers confirmed the device was live and made a call to detonate it on site rather than risk moving it. Thankfully, no one was injured in this unique circumstance in Iowa, again, as officials were summoned to a golf course in Iowa due to something that looked like a pipe bomb, and come to find out it was a live bomb that was detonated there safely at the course. Again, no injuries reported. Running out the morning pulse here on this Friday, July 11th, with a check of the 7-day forecast. Temperatures in the upper 80s today, but can't rule out chances of potential storm activity today. 60% chance for the region at this point. 40% chance tomorrow with temperatures cooling about 6 degrees. Temperatures cooling off into the low 80s on Saturday. Sounds like a good day to get some lawn and garden work done out and around the house, because Sunday temperatures are going to creep back up into the low 90s. They'll remain in that low 90 range on Monday, upper 80s on Tuesday. Strong storm chances for mid next work week that bring the temperatures down into the upper 70s. Did have some storm damage reported in the Tri-Cities, specifically an area northwest of Grand Island receiving some storm damage. Our sister station, Local 4, will have more on that later on today. And we'll have more on that this evening as well, on air and online here at News 2.